from Cancun, where we're moments away from getting stuck into our 6th and final day of the group stages at the 2025 2-week Soccer World Championship. Latvia and Argentina do the honours of kicking things off in what's looking like D-Day in Group D. Two nations with dreams of reaching the knockouts and two nations with very real chances. Live soccer coming your way. First, we will break for the national anthems. Two passionate renditions of national anthems, and two teams looking to progress from Group D here today. Jekyll and Hyde Argentina got off to a strong start in Group D, collecting all 3 points against Paraguay before sliding to a 4-1 defeat at the hands of the so far perfect Poles. A point might see them through here, a win, that definitely would. Wily Latvia, they'll be disappointed with how things have gone so far. A draw against Paraguay, their only point on the board. Victory here might see them through, but they need Poland to take points off Paraguay this evening. My name's Frankie Rudland. I've got the honour of commentating on this one, and joining me is Dan Short. Dan, welcome. First of all, good morning, and second of all, we've got another group on our hands that's wide open.
Good morning, yes. The honour's all yours, isn't it? A big game, yeah. Latvia haven't really got out their straps. They looked for a moment yesterday as though they'd shaken off the cobwebs of day one, but then fell away after a commanding lead. They then went 3-2 down in the last minute, looked as though they'd lost the game and the turnaround was complete, and then found an equaliser real late on. Christian Korzaks is the main man for Latvia. He's the one who makes things tick. They are a side with plenty of ex-internationals. Argentina, as you say, you're just not quite sure what's going to come their way. But that man on your screen right now, Malizia, the number 10, is going to be integral to Argentina if they're going to get anything out of this game.
Well, Malizia has enjoyed a fine tournament so far. Got 2 against Paraguay, and he scored the opener against Poland before the Poles pegged them back. And as you rightly mentioned as well, Christian Korzaks a distinctive character, isn't he, with the bleached blonde hair. He's got 3 so far as well, 2 versus Paraguay.
This is an old list.
This one against Poland himself. 122 full international caps in this Latvia side. They've got more than enough pedigree in the 11-a-side circuit. And they have to apply it to the small-sided game here. If you've just joined us, the time is approaching 9 o'clock in the morning here in Cancun. Thankfully for the players, the sun is currently tucked behind a cloud. It's been mightily hot in these morning games, so they'll be pleased to see a bit of shade. Latvia it will be to get us underway.
Well, there might be a little delay in this one, Frankie. There's quite a few Argentinian shirts out on the pitch this morning. 13 players registered. I think the referees are making checks before a ball's kicked. But there aren't any players going to be out on that field that aren't registered, because if they are and they end up going on to win the game, Latvia potentially would have an appeal, but be able to turn it over. So that's really well spotted by the referees and the staff here to ensure that the integrity is maintained.
Well, they're happy enough with the numbers for now, and we do get underway. A win really crucial for both teams. A draw might be enough for Argentina, but it would settle their nerves and allow them time to celebrate before the fixture between Poland and Paraguay later on. Lima in goal for Argentina, loose and long. And toward his opposite number, Svedeskula. The big man, he likes fishing. He also likes ice baths, apparently, which I believe led to a rather bizarre conversation on air about Archimedes' principle between yourself and Scoop. Argentina foray forward. Loose ball. Milizia will collect.
Yeah, well, when Scoop started talking about Archimedes' principle, I thought he was talking about his Greek head teacher.
Corner kick for Argentina, taken by their star man, Milizia. One Fields nudges it down the line. Ball looked as if it's just run over the byline. Indeed it had. Our officials for this morning's clash: Aldo Cano Martinez, Hector Estrada Gazetta, and Justin Bebbington, hailing from Manchester. First real touches for Latvia. The first opportunity for them, snuffed half away. Corsacks will strike. Well saved by Gabriel Lima. Corsacks looking for his 4th goal of the tournament. Denied well there.
It's always Corsacks, Frankie. Corsacks causing the problems. And he's someone that they need to get on the ball and get in good areas.
And he sparkled in Oman last year as Latvia failed to make it out of the groups. And he's sparkling here so far in Cancun a year later. Was identified by his teammates as their main man. And that's some going when you've got international pedigree across the side. Heads go up. Challenging is Eduards Viznikovs. Milizia regains possession for his side, skips away. Chance for Argentina. Save from Arzis Svedeskula. Milizia once more the architect. Wears the captain's armband and leads by example.
I reckon this one could be end to end. This one could be end to end, Frankie, in this game. May well just be an open match, and I think by the end of the game we could say we enjoyed it.
That's a really smart turn and an equally smart block. Argentina looking lively. Coco Figueroa, the man with the neat footwork. That's to be nodded away. And Latvia, they need to force the issue, don't they? Just the 1 point on the board for them. Argentina have 3.
Well, Latvia know what they have to do at least, don't they? It's got to be better. Latvia are a side who are really well organised. They're a proper federation. Everything's done so well, so meticulously. They've got so many good players. You're just always hoping and wanting a little bit more from Latvia, and this tournament so far has been the same. Just flattered to deceive a touch. They need to get out the straps and show what they're about, because I like Latvia. I think when they're organised and they're at it, they're a really good force.
Svedis Kula drives low and drives all the way through. But you're right, Dan, you look at the players that Latvia have at their disposal, and I mean, it's quite incredible. You've got players with multiple caps for their nation. Artas Juzin's one of them, 61 games for his country and 9 goals. And you just think, how are this side not showing us more, not hitting the heights we believe they can? Milicia crowded out and defended brilliantly from Sanjis Joks, who played for Oldham at Anfield in the FA Cup.
Yeah, that's right. You know, you just look at them and you think, I know Latvia's a small country, but you don't play international football, particularly 60+ times, if you're not a top player. It doesn't happen.
And in those 60+ games, I'm sure they would have played some of the world's very best players.
Well, they'll have some stories, won't there? It'd be nice to sit down and find out just where they've been and what they've done, who they've played against.
Latvia did make it out of the group stages in the Euro Cup and lost 4-1 in the under-16 to Ukraine. But as we've seen in this tournament, there's no shame in that. Svedis Kula will try again, and he'll drag wide again.
Made some really good saves yesterday, by the way, Svedis Kula.
Well, they're a big squad, aren't they? And he's arguably one of the biggest. Fills the space.
That's another thing.
Goal. And here come Argentina. Good feet from Coco Figueroa, and he's brought down by Ines Dorzi's hands. Free kick Argentina.
Wonderful, wonderful feet that, Frankie.
He's looked lively, Figueroa, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's the man who span away just moments before.
He's in the mood. I wonder what kind of time you have to get up in the morning to be in the mood for now.
A couple of double espressos for him, maybe. And here he is striking. And Svedis Kula has to be equal to it. It was straight down his throat, but it was travelling. Fingertips from Svedis Kula. Corner Argentina. And Figueroa is a man keen to ensure that the full burden doesn't fall on his compatriot Milicia. I'm not sure what the issue with that ball was. Maybe it was a touch flat, but we've got a new one. Milicia. Another smart turn from Argentina. This time it was Lautaro made. Couldn't collect. Nice breeze about the morning here in Cancun. And once again, it's Coco Figueroa picking the pockets of the Latvians and running forward. And again, winning the free kick. Lively start from that man.
Really lively start, yeah, very impressive, leading the charge. Again, Argentina know what they have to do also, don't they? And there's certainly a little bit of desire from that man there, walking away and having a pop at his players as well.
I think he's saying some. Is anyone with me?
A rallying of the troops.
Free kick Argentina, cut back to Milicia, who was barking instructions at his teammate and temporarily not looking to bomb Fields, who shoots. Strikes the shin of a Latvian defender, and it's on the half volley from Milicia. He was a long way out, but you wouldn't bet against him scoring from just about anywhere.
Yeah, any other player on the pitch, you go, oh, come on, don't shoot from there. But when it's Milicia, you just go, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Say anything to him when he does shoot, even if he does smack it wide of the target.
Well, he's done it a million times for Argentina, hasn't he?
He's done it 3 times so far at this TUI Soccer World Championship. 2 crucial goals in their opening game win against Paraguay, and that puts them in the driving seat in this one, although they do still need a result. A point might do. They would need Paraguay to lose to Poland, which the form book might suggest they would. However, as the old adage goes, soccer is not played on paper. Kondratyevs to Corsacks. Latvia just about keep it in. They lose it just as quickly, and again, Figueroa goes down to the turf. And he's won a hat-trick of free kicks.
Just got to keep going, that man there. Lead example. Get him on the ball is my advice if I were Argentina, because he's the one who looks lively. If you can link him and Malizia up, they look a really dangerous force.
He's riding the crest of a wave at the minute. Let's figure that out. Lima looking for the feet of Lautaro Maid, who couldn't quite hold it up, and Sveders Kula stamps down a bit of turf. It's scruffed up in his box. Here is the big Latvian stopper. Nice driven ball through the heart of Argentina. Malizia was breaking, and Zujev's had to be lively to it. Cool under pressure is Sveders Kula, and not so cool with the pass. It's it straight into touch. It's an Argentina kicking, and they'll be pleased with their start.
Yeah, they will. They've been on top. Need a goal, though.
Can they find one here? Figueroa twisting and turning once more, slips on this occasion. Zujins will whack clear.
It's an odd clearance, wasn't it? Job done, though.
Well, we've had some early rises, and they're in the stand opposite us. A nice turnout for our first match here on the final day of the group stages. Indeed, we've had a nice turnout all tournament. And Kuhn have put on a party for us.
Goodness me. Christian Korzak's feeding the crocodiles early on.
Smacked of frustration, that clearance, didn't it? Just needed to kick something. Cut out well by Latvia. A chance for Kondrachevs to charge away. He's screaming for the foul.
Oh, he wanted a slide more than anything, didn't he? A few of the Latvian players protesting to the referee on that one.
They're just lacking the pace that Argentina possess at Latvia at the moment. Lautaro Maid, the man who was trying to flick towards his teammate.
Yeah, but he did the hard bit really well. Lovely feet to manoeuvre away from his man, and he just had to lay it off and knocked it out of play.
Here's Korzaks. I'm sure they'll be looking to him for inspiration. Sveders Kula waltzes towards the halfway line. Pass loose towards Korzaks, and frustrating moments for Latvia, who haven't quite hit the stride in the 11 or so minutes played. Argentina kicking. Malizia being played close company by Korzaks, and it will break to a Latvia shirt. Stinging effort from Zuzins, and Lima had to be equal to it.
Well, he's hit the target, and it was a good effort on goal. And that massive Argentinian keeper getting down low.
It's one of the first times Latvia have overturned possession. It led to a good sighter for them. Kick in. Chipped into the area, nodded goalwards. Visnikov's it was. There wasn't a lot of pace on the cross. He tried to generate the power himself. Couldn't generate the direction.
Better from Latvia, though. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. They seem to have all the playbooks, and it's just piecing all of it together within one game. An Argentinian handball. We won't go any further and elaborate on those sorts of things, will we?
Famous hand of God. God's subjective, I think, depending on what persuasion you are. Certainly wasn't viewed as a god in England after that.
No, still not.
Lima, really neat touch, and Argentina could be away. Sveders Kula does really well to block the lofted effort from Lautaro Maid. And there's a firm challenge that comes in on Guillermo Bonfils. It's a yellow card shown.
He's walking like a crab, and I think every man on this planet can identify with as to why.
Well, Zuzin seems to have taken one in the crown jewels. It's been Korzaks cautioned. No, in fact, it's been Zhuzhins who's been cautioned.
Yeah.
Corsacks went to substitute himself off. And he, in fact, now off. I think for a moment they didn't want him to leave the field.
I wouldn't want him to leave the field either if I were Latvia.
So Zhuzhin's cautioned. And not to the private parts to boot. He will have to momentarily play with 5. Can Argentina make them pay here? Looking to work the depleted side around. Milizia. Lautaro made. Milizia once more. Figueroa lurking on that far side. Here he is now. Kranovica. Milizia will shoot. Low driven effort. Still it might be there for Argentina. Blocked heroically from Joks, who charged down the strike of Coco Figueroa.
That's when I like Latvia, when they're organised and in defence and they've got that shape and that sort of spirit and drive.
Figueroa works it to the byline. Couldn't find Lautaro made. And Latvia will be happy to see it behind for a goal kick because they were penned back there. But it's almost like watching a basketball team set up, isn't it? Zonal defending.
Yeah, I mean, when I've seen Latvia at their best, that's what they've done. They've set up, they've got structure and shape, and that little bit of bite and energy.
Argentina pour forward, looking for an opener. Strike came low through bodies, wide of the post. 5 minutes until the half, still 0-0 here. Draw far more beneficial for Argentina than it is Latvia. Point wouldn't be enough for them. They'd have to pack their bags and head back to Europe. Lautaro made, ushering his side forward as they look to make the most of their numerical advantage. Kranovica, neat ball to Milizia. And that's a collector's item. A miss from Patricio Milizia at the back post, and a fine opening for them.
Yeah, Kranovica's ball was inch perfect, and once you saw it heading towards the boot of Milizia right in front of goal, you're beginning to feel as though it was going to be 1-0 Argentina, and a let-off for Latvia.
Well, the 2 minutes is up, and Latvia are back to full complement. Easy for me to say.
There we go. Good morning.
Good morning.
Caffeine still working its way around the system.
Yet to reach the brain, clearly. Something has ended the Latvia bench. It will be an Argentina free kick. Frustrations from them, and you can understand why. They haven't had it all their own way at all in our opener.
And never a domineering force, though, Latvia. I think they're best suited when they're like this.
Well, they don't tend to rein in the goals. Well, that man does tend to rein in the goals, and he wasn't far wide there. Patricio Milizia, thumping effort. Smacks into the advertising board. I think it's fair to say you would class them as a low-scoring side, Latvia, but an organised one.
Yeah, well, that's usually what I would class them at. I don't think they've been as organised in this tournament. That's my disappointment with them. But in this game, they have shown a lot more of that organisation.
Zhuzhevs will leave it for Corsacks. Kondrachevs. There's the pass back to his keeper. And at all 5 World Cups for Latvia.
Doesn't mind having a go, does he, Svedeskula?
He certainly doesn't.
Fisherman desperately trying to get something in his net.
Well, it's the net of Gabriel Lima. He wants to land a prize catch in. Argentina battling away. Lucas Mendez puts knee to turf, which of course he can't do.
I'm so sorry, I was just sat here thinking of silly puns, and given that we're playing Argentina. He won't want to see a hand of Rod. Thoroughly unprofessional of me.
At least I know your full concentration's on the match. Latvia battling, Argentina come away from it. Chance to break for those maroon shirts. Breaks down, but they steal it back. Corsacks twisting, wriggling, earning the free kick. A minute or so to go before the halfway mark, and it would be huge for Latvia to find the breakthrough here. There's never a bad time to score a goal, but you would class the 19th minute of the first half as a good one.
I'd certainly put it in that bracket, yeah. Korzaks was clever there, by the way. He just shifted the ball, waited for the contact, knew what he was doing. Latvia have a chance to take the lead right before the break.
Korsak stands over it, as does Zhuzhins. A cultured figure, the Zhuzhins. Korsaks runs to the byline. Zhuzhin strikes and it thumps the post. Lema was down. I'm not sure he would have been getting that.
So unlucky. Such a casual kick as well.
Korsaks on the byline. Worked into the area, flick goalwards, and it squirms agonisingly past the post. And twice in quick succession, Latvia are mightily close to their opener.
Yeah, couldn't get much closer really. Again, it's just those little gems of soccer, the cutbacks, the getting to the byline, that Latvia have gone with there.
It's the first time they've really done it.
Yeah, but this is what I mean, Frankie. They do all of these things so well. They've got the capabilities. It's just piecing it together throughout a 40-minute game. When they show you little moments of magic like that, that's why I get so frustrated with them, because I know there's so much quality there.
Half-time whistle, then 0-0 at the break. Argentina will be the happier of the two sides. Latvia, they need something. They almost got something just before the whistle blew up. Still 20 minutes to play and all to play for here in Group D. Our first match of match day 6 here at the 2 Each Soccer World Championship. Stick with us as we've got plenty more soccer coming your way. And we'll have the second half of this one coming after the break. Here we go then for the second half. This D-Day fixture in Group D. Scores even at the break. Deadlock yet to be broken. And Latvia, well, they need it to be. A reminder of the state of play. Poland currently top the group on 6 points. They play Paraguay later. Argentina in second on 3 points. Paraguay, as I mentioned, play Poland, just have the one. And Latvia, for the moment, just have the one.
Point probably will be enough for Argentina, but it'll make it nervy later on, won't it? And the thing is that Poland don't have to win, and that might just take a little bit of sting out of their game. Might allow Paraguay in.
Well, we saw Ukraine yesterday essentially playing a bit of a training match against Spain. They were practicing scenarios. So you wonder if Poland are confirmed as group toppers, which you suspect they will be, whether they'll just take the foot off the gas pedal, try something new, rotate the squad. Corsacks stabs one across and stabs one into the stand. Populated by various schools from here in Cancun. Driven in by bus this morning to watch our opening action and having some fun with the mascots at half-time.
Latvian contingent at the back as well, as they often are.
Lob forward, met in the air by a Latvian head and then by a Latvian foot. Visnakovs. That's Zuzins. There's a nice breeze about the morning, which I'm sure will please Latvia, who aren't necessarily used to playing in hot and sticky conditions. Who's from them at the back there is Svedas Kula, received that rather awkward back pass.
Yeah, it wasn't the best for him, was it, to have to deal with?
Well, I think he made the right decision, not
think
trying
he
to bring
did.
it down,
Yeah.
just get it clear.
Yeah, anywhere will do in that kind of situation.
Aston Kranovica played academy football with Racing Club. He's native Argentina. And here he is again. Nice early spell of possession for Argentina, who are in the driving seat. And they work it out from the back well there, and there's a bit of confusion between Kranovica and Lautaro Maid as to who's going to go for that one. And neither of them doing it in the end. Svedas Kula thumps the turf. Those two sizable feet from him, and he has to wait for the ball to drop back into his area before receiving the back pass, and it almost allowed Milicia to steal in. Milicia slightly too eager, and Latvia have the free kick. But Svedas Kula well aware of the rule book, and well aware that he couldn't touch that before he'd retreated into his area. Neat ball into the touchline from him. Flick down the line. And a really nice turn there from Lucas Mendes.
Mendes just thought about taking a tumble, didn't he?
He did. There was a tiny bit of contact there from Kondrachevs, but I mean, it probably wouldn't have been enough to warrant a free kick. Dare I say, that doesn't usually stop the South Americans from hitting the turf.
No.
Kicking for Latvia. Make a couple of changes as the temperature begins to climb. Svedas Kula. Scanning the options ahead of him, chipping towards the box. And Argentina could break clear, but Lucas Mendes will have to do a lot to wriggle his way clear. Two Latvians. What he does do is give away a free kick. Catching the toe of Edgars Kovackis.
Feels like a game that could finish 0-0, but also feels like a game as though if there's one, it could just completely go bonkers.
It's building, isn't it? We haven't had a 0-0 yet, which is quite incredible. 5 full days of soccer played, no 0-0 draws.
Yeah, don't get many in soccer.
Well, the France coach, Hugo de Severa, surveyed the pitch on the first day and thought, because it was a touch smaller than perhaps what we saw in Oman, there would be more nil-nillers. Well, his prophecy hasn't come true so far. Players hitting the deck all over. Officials not interested for the minute, but they will be interested in that one as Aynaz Zorzizans is crashed to the turf by Lucas Mendes.
I mean, he rolled all the way back to Latvia there, Danshans. Didn't think he was going to stop.
Zorzizans tries it. Tight angle. It's not a bad effort. Lema sticks up a hand, but I think he was always confident that was rising. But they might be rolling all the way back to Latvia, should they fail to find the back of the net in this one.
Would be helpful to qualify not only for obvious reasons for Latvia, but also to try and boost that ranking in the world at the moment. That's, for me, lower than what they truly are capable of. And of course, the ranking system mostly important for group stage draws. So going forward into bigger tournaments, the better your ranking, in theory, the easier your group will be.
Group stages have proved tricky for Latvia, as I mentioned, failed to escape them in Muscat Oman last year. And as it stands, they're failing to escape them once again. Gabriel Lima this time taking his turn to fire a shot towards goal.
Just noticed Figueroa's wearing another Argentina shirt under that one. Must be a little chilly for him.
I know you acclimatised, but I didn't think that much acclimatisation was possible.
Safe to say the Brits up here are warm enough in a shirt and shorts.
Well, we saw some Mexican players wearing Under Armours, didn't we? Which I couldn't quite believe. Coco Figueroa, here he is. As you say, he's just got the shadow of a second Argentina shirt peeking through the back. Loose that one from the Toro made. 33-year-old. Latvia needs something. Zujevs. Back to Zujevs. He's got Corsacks down the line. Not on the same wavelength. Would have wanted to pick up where they left off into that first half. Latvia. They finished strong with two real openings, striking the post and flicking an effort and went agonisingly wide. They're yet to do so. Drachev's stalwart of this Latvia side. And that's neat play from them. Bit of confusion in the Argentina back line. It's booted clear by Lima. Interestingly enough, at the interval, Latvia's team talk was done in about 2 minutes, finished by a roar, and then they were raring to get going. Argentina took a lot more time to complete their discussions. They will be the calmer of the two, given the current state of play, but that could change here. Zuzins just runs out of pitch. And Lima wants to chuck it, but he's going to have to put it on the turf. They'll have to get it back from the stands first.
DJ waiting with his finger poised for that ball to land.
They like their sound effects, don't they?
Oh, they've been fantastic, by the way.
Figueroa flicks around the corner. Milizia, neat ball from him. Good strength from Kranevitter. Here is Milizia. Goes past one, can't get past two, goes down clutching his face. Something tells me he'll be okay now he hasn't been awarded that free kick. And yes, he's back up.
Slapping sound effect coming out this time after Milizia took that.
It's slapstick stuff, isn't it?
He has really brought something to the tournament, DJ. Congratulations to him. He's been absolutely brilliant. So many behind the scenes goings on, so many people that put this thing together to try and make it the Best
That's a
tournament
neat
they can.
spin from Milicia. And Zuzins has to be alert.
They dealt with him well so far, though, haven't they?
They have. He's not an easy man to silence, Patricio Milicia. Wearing that iconic number 10 shirt. You don't get that in Argentina unless you're a good player.
Holy grail, isn't it?
Lima. Just noticeably, Argentina aren't in much of a rush. I think they're quite confident that Poland would squeeze past Paraguay later on. Well, or blast past them as they've done with everyone else. Granovica into Figueroa.
I think they're also confident that they can keep Latvia out and find a way eventually.
Lazzaro made, looking to find a way there.
Yeah, that's not his best moment, but I've been really impressed with Maid in this game. I think he's had some clever touches, he's defended well, a few nice passes. There's definitely a few decent players in this squad.
Plenty of potential opponents for whoever comes runner-up in Group D. In a minute, they could play Bulgaria, Canada, or the current belt holders, Oman.
Oman not being talked about by anyone, potentially retaining the trophy, but I think yesterday they played really calmly and they did what they do, which is just get the job done. And you just begin to wonder if perhaps there is something in that Omani side that could cause an upset again.
Worked into the feet of Marco Kera, who's shoved to the turf by Coco Figueroa. Too much strength there for him, but he snaps in well again, does Marco Kera, the son of Marek Kera, our tournament director.
He's impressed me.
Officials.
He's impressed me at times. He's not had major amounts of game time, but when he's come on, I think he's done his job effectively.
Well, he's only 17, and this is an experienced squad, by far the youngest. Volley from the corner from Genga, who hasn't featured much so far against Latvia. He's virtually omnipresent in their opener versus Paraguay. He's 37 though, Genga, so perhaps managing the minutes in his legs. 7 minutes to play. This one feels, in its current trajectory, like it's slipping away from Latvia. We need to find another level. Yet to trouble Gabriel Lima at all in this second period.
Just needs one moment though, Frankie. One set piece or a loose pass, a deflected tackle even. It's lots of times, 7 minutes in soccer. Chuck it in that net.
Zorzizans works it out to the right flank. Argentina battling. Genga will pick it up, and that's a loose pass. Jops steals it away. Latvia want the free kick, they won't get it.
Yeah, he knew he got the touch wrong there and just tried to buy the free kick. Referee too smart for that.
Well, he's perhaps a victim of his frame, because when a big man like Jops goes down, they don't tend to find favour with the referees, and there'll be a race on here. And it's stolen away by Santiago Goy, who rounded Sveders Kula, but the finish was tame. A moment of hesitation from the Latvian stopper, and one that Santiago Goy, who scored against Paraguay, almost capitalised on.
Defender Zuzins read that well as well, didn't he?
Sveders Kula drives low, flicked goalwards by Marco Kera, and it kisses the post on its way past.
There you go. That has to be the warning to Argentina. Can't be playing for 0-0. I'm not saying that they are, but they can't be playing for 0-0 for the next 5.5 minutes, because it just takes one little move And that was something of nothing, really, and Kara nearly steered it in.
Well, when you need options and you need something, a trusty move, and the oldest trick in the soccer playbook is drill it low into the area and see what comes of it. And that's what Latvia did there. It's almost a really smart finish from the youngster. Coco Figueroa, back to Milizia. Here is Latolo Maid. Into the last 5 minutes we go. Lemma knocks long and knocks loose. Picked up by Milizia. It's a good block from Denis Ivanovs. Argentina think he slid. I think he rather just chucked himself in front of it.
Yeah, I think the referee's made the right call there.
Genga to Goy. Lima floats one long, looking for Goy. Just couldn't bring it under his spell. It's a nice run though from Santiago Goy, who wants to cause problems up there. It was a basketball-style bounce from Gabriel Lima before hoofing clear, but he's been given the free kick.
Well, I've talked a lot about what it would mean for Latvia to score later on here. Similarly, at the other end, Argentina scored. They've done it, haven't they? So finally poised going into the last 3.5 minutes.
You're absolutely right. A goal would put things beyond reasonable doubt from Argentina. Navarro on the kick in, Milizia on the spin. Goy lashes one. Angle was tight. They've taken some effort to even find the goal from there, let alone beat Svedeskula. Latvia heads go up. Denis Ivanovs was underneath it, a man who also has 60 caps for Latvia and 2 goals. Corsacks flicks on. Here's Zuzins. Visnikovs just can't get there on the stretch. Time running out for Latvia. Genga, Kranovita. He's not got a lot of options, not got a lot of space to go, and he does really well to earn the free kick. It was Denis Ivanovs who had a good fistful of his shirt. Nice touch again from Kranovita. And an equally neat flick round the corner. He wants it back. It's slightly behind him. What a move that would have been. Jocks charging it down like a man possessed. Can't get there. Well, 1.5 minutes of regulation time for Latvia to save their tournament.
The Argentine goalkeeper fully aware of that, and he's just trying to slow it down. It's tough to be able to waste time in soccer. The referee's right on you, but he used as much as he possibly could before kicking that ball.
Well, Argentina were convinced that Svedeskula had strayed out of his area after hugging that ball, and it's a really neat flick from Corsacks. But the story of the afternoon, it just squirms too far past Kovatsky's.
Don't think he was waiting and ready for it, was he? Korsak's touch was perfect for me. Didn't gamble on it.
It's up the wrong end for the field for Latvia. Can Argentina find the goal? That would put things beyond any doubt. They look to be heading for the knockouts anyway. They can do so in some style. Latoro made over the kick-in. Looks to play a reverse one and shoot. Blocks away. 30 seconds left. And Argentina have a corner. Maid will take. Goes all the way back to his keeper, Gabriel Lema. who will clip forward looking for Lautaro May. He's not a big man. The difficult task to rise higher than Svedis Kula. One more chance for Latvia, perhaps. They have to commit bodies forward now. Juzins, Corsacks. What a goal would mean for them here. And there goes the full-time whistle. Latvia sink to the turf. And they drop out of the TUI Soccer World Championship. No win for them, 2 draws to their name. It's not enough. A win in theory, a draw in theory, I should say, should be enough for Argentina. They're now on 4 points and they'll be looking to the game between Poland and Paraguay later. As long as Poland take points off Paraguay, they are through in second place and playing one of either Bulgaria, Canada or Oman.
Yeah, slightly nail-biting for Argentina now, perhaps just one hand, with the knowledge that Poland are the opposition for Paraguay, but it's not job done yet. They've got 1 foot in the door.
There wasn't huge celebrations. They were still relatively muted. They know it's not signed, sealed and delivered quite yet. We have our first 0-0 of the tournament, and it's one that seals Latvia's fate. They're heading home. Argentina, they could be heading through. Confirmation of that one. The game between Poland and Paraguay later today. For now, stick with us because we've got another game coming your way this morning as Kazakhstan take on noisy newcomers, the Netherlands. All the action from that one very shortly.